Hey guys, it's Greg from Northwoods Racing again, working on karts after a successful weekend at Arthur Raceway in Clio, Michigan. Never been there before. There were only three other karts in the class, but I won both heats and I won my feature. By my race monitor, I was a half a second faster than second place pretty much the whole night. I didn't quite hit the RPMs I wanted to, but I wasn't going to mess with it because I was so much faster. But now I'm setting up this kart as a backup, and you can see it's kind of my makeshift. I leveled out my boards. They're set up for scales. And all I got is I think they're called Accutech postal scales. Around 20 bucks on eBay. One thing I want to tell you is if you're going to get these scales, you got to get 100. I got 110s all the way around. They kept reading error on here. So I went to 150 pound for the left rear because it normally runs around 130-ish. So something for everybody to look at. If you in this whole setup, I have I probably got around 80 bucks. It does the job just fine. You can balance, you can weigh, you can get right down. It's not quite as convenient. You got to do the math, but it works. For the racer on a budget, like I said, I'm trying to get this one weighed out to my weight. This is the one I raced the weekend. I got the motor off. I got to pull the axle off, pull the spindles off, get it all cleaned up, get the bearings all redone. I got 2 weeks before my next race, so there's that. I'm going to tell you a couple things I learned when I was working on that kart at the races. I'm getting ready to go out for the feature, and I wanted to just put a little bit of gas in it. It doesn't use much, but I just wanted to put a little bit in. So of course I grabbed the gas can and I put gas in. And then I realized that my son's running alcohol, and I had grabbed his can and I filled it half full with alcohol. Lesson one: never carry your alcohol in the same kind of can you carry your other. And it's a good thing I caught it. I drained everything out. I refilled the gas. Everything was good. I didn't blow the motor or anything, but it was probably 50-50 alcohol gas. That wouldn't have been good on my little clone motor. So more than likely, either it wouldn't have run or it probably would have blown it up because it would run way too lean. So I ended up draining it. And then in the process, when I found that out, I was going to check my spark plug. So I'd pulled my spark plug wire off. And this motor has no switch on it, but I'd pulled it off to check see what the plug looked like. And I never put it back on. And I flipped the switch on, and I'm cranking after I refilled it with gas. And I'm like, oh man, don't tell me I ruined something. The guy walks up and says, hey, it helps if you put this on. So I guess the whole thing is, when something isn't going right, don't get frustrated, or you'll do the same thing I did. I was worried about the fuel, so I didn't look at the spark plug, and I was cranking it, and I thought I had an issue. Calm down, look around, and things will get better, I hope. So, and another thing in the feature, all weekend, this is a track I've never been at, this Arthur Raceway, my feature winner sticker that I got to put on. Never been there, and the track is dry, dusty, no prep, no tire prep track. So it makes it, you really got to drive these things. I was half a lap ahead in the feature with, I don't know how many laps. I'm terrible at counting laps while we're running, but I decided I was going to back off a little bit so that I didn't spin myself out. You know what happened? The second lap of backing off, I spun out. Lesson learned: keep your rhythm. If you're doing good, don't change it just because you're way ahead, or you may spin out and you may lose it. Actually, the second place kart passed me. You'll see it all in the video. It's almost comical. I tried my best to give it away, and then like 2 laps later, she spit her chain. The track was terrible rough, raceable, but it was pretty rough. A lot of people were spitting chains and breaking stuff that you wouldn't think would. And so when she spit her chain, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't look at the flags. I figured there was a caution for her slowing down because she got good equipment and she's normally pretty fast. And I was just concentrating on getting by her. Well, when she slowed down, I slowed down. And the third place guy passed us both. So I started with 2 laps, I think, left to go behind him. He was fairly easy to pass. My kart was a lot more powerful than his off the start. Got by him to end up winning the race with just him and I left. But, you know, there's no asterisk by that. A win's a win in my book. I made the whole race. Some guys, two other karts didn't. So that's my experience at the track. I'll put the video of the race on here too. And just, I guess my whole thing is don't get frustrated. My son got frustrated. His kill switch came off. It was arcing against the frame. He thought he was blowing his motor up. We go to load it up. Is when he realized the kill switch came off. The wire had broke. It was arcing against the frame and shortened the motor out. And he just plain quit. And I tried to talk him into looking at it. He was so frustrated, he didn't want to look. Frustration doesn't do anything but get you to quit. So, all right, guys. I'm going to post this. It's just kind of my thoughts. I'm trying to relay experiences I have to other people, so you might not have the same problems I had. I'm weighing my cart. I'm cleaning bearings. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do this year. Last year, I never did. I didn't know any better. This year, I got a book. I studied. Oval Kart Technologies has a lot of good information in it. So study, work, and get faster is all I can say. The true test is my home track, where I wasn't very fast last year, but I never had what I've got this year. So we'll see. June 10th, I'll be posting another race video. Have a good one, guys.